All right, welcome back to the Meet Us in the Ring podcast. It is me, Mary the Heel, as always, with my girl, Maddie. Maddie, how are you doing today?
I am doing great. Happy to be here. We got big announcement. We're reviewing the episodes. I'm ready.
I know, I'm so excited. I don't know, should we do the announcement first, or should we save it
Yeah,
for the end? Like I
I
don't.
I I think that the tension has been building, and we just gotta let it. We just gotta take the lid off the kettle and let all the smoke out.
Okay, well, as you guys know, me and Maddie have been doing this thing for over a year now, and we felt it was time for a little upgrade, a little change of pace, if you will. Hello, Jonelle. We appreciate you being here. Um, we have something to show you guys, and we're really excited about it. So here is our beautiful new logo. As you can see, it says Meet Us in the Ring, a women's wrestling podcast. So you're probably asking yourself, what does this mean? Well, it means that we are going to be mostly focusing on women's wrestling from here on out. We will still cover some of the men's stuff, obviously, because we have to with what's going on in wrestling right now. So
Yes.
we'll always talk about everything that's going on, but we want to focus specifically on women's wrestling because we feel that there's not a lack of, but I guess for lack of a better word, there's a lack of women's wrestling podcasts specifically. Maddie, what is the issue with your drink there, girl?
So I'm not feeling good today, so I got this like tea packets, and it tastes not good. But they didn't have the Dayquil at the store, so this is the next best thing.
Okay, just making sure you're good over there.
Amen.
But anyway, so this is our brand new logo that'll be across all of our social medias and possibly merch.
Yeah, say
Oh,
goodbye to the
oh.
old. Goodbye.
Yep,
I
and
will be
even
keeping this though, of course.
even the current pink and blue one that we have right now, that I don't know, I still like it, but this is our future. This is where we're headed. We hope that you guys will stick around for this. We have so many cool things that we want to talk about and do with this podcast. So yeah, let us know how you guys feel about this logo, if you guys are loving it or if you hate it. But if you hate it, I might cry, so don't. And I mean, honestly, should I just keep this up for the rest of the episode?
Yeah, I mean, if the people would rather, yeah, whatever works. I'm so down.
Well, we'll keep it up for a little bit, and then maybe when we
Yeah.
switch over to talking about Love and WWE, we can talk about it. But
Yeah.
So, how are you feeling about this?
I'm very excited for a rebrand. I feel like we have kind of needed something to give us that extra oomph, and I feel like this is that extra oomph. So I'm very excited. Once we make the new shirts, I'm thinking, because I'm going to both nights of WrestleMania, y'all, so I'm thinking I'm going to wear on one of the nights our new shirt, which I'm very excited to get in the mail whenever it arrives, and it's going to be great,
And
y'all.
maybe I'll take a few extra for you to give out to people of your choice.
A little
I don't
giveaway
know.
action. It's
I
gonna be
don't
like
know.
imagine people just that's the thing about WrestleMania. I'm not expecting a bunch of people to come up to me or anything, but
Mhm.
in case the odd one I don't know, that's gonna be very weird for me. I'm gonna be like, oh, hey, I watch your videos. I'm like, oh, okay, why? No.
Oh, no, but even just any of our Wrestle Talk friends, if you happen to run
Yeah.
into them or see them, you can give them a shirt or something. I don't know. We'll see.
I don't know many other Wrestle Talkers that are going,
Really?
or at least not too many people that I'm personally mutuals with.
Well, Tyler
Or
said he's going to be at Mania ringside, so
there you go. Damn, money.
yeah.
Also, I bought tickets last night for WWE World on Sunday,
Ooh,
so that's exciting.
is
Lots of
that the
good content
day?
for that.
Is that the day that Bianca's going to be there? Or no, she's
I
on
don't
Monday.
think so. Yeah, is she Monday? Yeah, I
I think
have to
she's
come
Monday.
home that day.
Yeah, I
Did
don't
already
remember
meet
who's.
her once though, so at least there's
Yeah,
that.
I don't remember who's Sunday. I know Charlotte's going to be there. I think she's on Saturday. I don't know who else is
Yeah.
going to be
I
there, but
wanted to go Saturday, but I'm getting the train up on Saturday. Got to check into the hotel.
mm,
It's just going to be very chaotic. And I was like, I don't want to overdo it, you know?
yeah, that's fair. Well, I'm really excited about this, and not to put you on the spot, but guys, Maddie doesn't even know that I'm doing this, but
Oh, shit.
I
Oh,
I just want to ask you a few questions. I'm going to answer them too, just so
okay.
that you guys can kind of get to know us a little bit better, know who our likes are, and,
Yeah.
our opinions on wrestling, because that's what we're here for. So, but specifically women's wrestling questions.
Ooh, okay.
So, the first one is, who are your top 5 current favorite female wrestlers?
You
And it
know
doesn't have
what?
to be WWE. By the way, guys, that's another thing. Just sorry, really quick. We are not going to be just a WWE podcast anymore. We are
Yeah.
branching out, people. We are branching. Anyway, so who are your top 5 current favorite?
I'm glad you asked because I actually have the list in my phone. Period.
Guys, I really didn't tell her that I was going to ask her this. So that's fantastic. I love
The
that.
the funniest part is that this was made November 16th, 2023, and I don't know why I did it. I think I was very bored at work and said, why not? All right, so number one, I think we can all, take a big gander here. Bianca Belair, the greatest of all time, period. Number two, Mary's brother's favorite, Miss Shayna Baszler. That's my wife. My God, I love her so much. Number three, I have Mercedes Moné, formerly known as Sasha Banks, greatest of all time. And you know what's really funny is I said last week, I was like, oh, Mary, Mercedes debuting tonight. Didn't realize that that was actually this Wednesday and not last
Oh,
week.
I know. I was wondering why I didn't see anything.
My bad. So she will be at Big Business most likely. Number four, I have Rhea Ripley, Mommy, who we pretty much, I have yet to meet someone that does not like her. I mean, for real.
Hmm.
And number five, I have the talk of the town lately, Miss Liv Morgan. And I believe that we've been tagged in a few of the No Name podcast clips.
Oh, goodness. Have we? I haven't looked.
I haven't seen any of me yet, so I guess they just thought I wasn't good enough. Oh,
Oh,
but they don't know who we are, right? So.
yeah. Well, my current 5 favorites, obviously Mommy, Rhea Ripley. You guys know that I love her to death. Liv Morgan is
Is
another
these in
one.
order?
No, these are just
Okay. Mine
whoever.
were in order.
Oh, well, mine aren't in order. But Rhea,
Queen.
Liv. I'm like starting to become obsessed with Tiffany Stratton. I feel like she's gonna be one of my faves like pretty soon.
Tiffy time.
Tiffy time. Zelina. I love her so much. She is an icon. And then for my 5th one, I would say I'm gonna say Bailey. I think like I've always kind of had this thing with Bailey where like I go back and forth between liking her and not liking her, but like she has solidified a place in my heart.
What about the Bella twins? I'm surprised.
No, but this is current.
Oh, right. Okay.
Current.
Yeah, I got you. I was gonna say, like,
girl, please.
what is going on?
Well, that leads me to my next one. Who are your top 5 favorite all-time women's wrestlers? I know it's such a loaded question, but just do your best. Do you want me to go first?
Yeah, you go first. I gotta get a minute.
Okay. These are not in order, but anyway. Nikki Bella. Actually, that one's in order. She's my number one. She's my queen forever and always. Love you, Nikki. Hopefully one day I get to meet you. Lita. Alexa Bliss. It's hard. Trish Stratus. I don't know who my last one would be. It's so hard.
Yeah, this is hard. I got 4, but I just need one more.
Yeah, I was like, that's 4. You know, it might be Rhea. She might be in that top 5 now for me for all time. She is the person that I have the most merch for.
Wow,
of
really?
Merch. Yeah.
I have the one Rhea shirt, and then I have the Judgment Day shirt. Um, my top, so mine's yeah. This top five is not going to be in order, except for Bianca, who's number one. Period. So Bianca, Shayna, Baszler, Mercedes Moné, Sasha Banks. Who would you believe I actually used to literally hate her?
Really?
I
I
hated
did a
her.
little bit too.
I don't like looking back. I have no idea why. I think like I don't know. Like after honestly, it was her leaving WWE that really just made me absolutely fall in love with her. Like I had admired her what she and Trinity chose to do so much. I
Mhm.
still defend it to this day.
Me too.
Um
Period.
yes, and you know, Mercedes going to New Japan. I loved watch. I was staying up until 4 a.m. every night to watch. Well, not every night. Every time she had a match. And when she goes to AEW, even though they're not my favorite company, I will be seated every damn week because I love her. Um, I don't know. Maybe it was just, I think maybe it was her booking that I wasn't a fan of because they were just not very
Mhm.
consistent with her. So Bianca, Shayna, Mercedes.
Who are also your current faves.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to change. Um, I would probably have to put Rhea up there as well. I really do love Rhea.
Rhea's a star.
I loved Rhea ever since like seeing her in the Mae Young Classic and NXT. I stopped liking her a little bit after she took my girl Shayna's title, but you know, it is what it is. Um damn, number 5. I don't think I can put Liv Morgan in top 5. I do love her, but not all time. Um I might have to go with oh man. Maybe Bailey. Might have to go with Bailey.
Wow.
I
I
just
love that.
yeah, I have so much admiration for her, the way that she has taken first of all, she's taken so many losses last year,
Oh my
but
gosh.
she is such a queen for that, for putting over so like in my opinion, you know, people will be like, "Oh, this person got put over," and then like they really didn't. They just got like a minute of TV time, lost a match, and
Mhm.
went straight back to catering. But Bailey actually took an L to so many women and gave them a spotlight. Like Shotzi, for example,
Yeah.
she Shotzi beat Bailey clean, and then Shotzi got to be at War Games, which I know a lot of people didn't love, but I was just glad that Shotzi at least got that spotlight, and I believe that was a lot to do with Bailey. So Bailey is one of the most selfless women in the locker room. I think
Period.
she cares so much about the women's division, maybe more than anyone else, and I just have so much admiration for her. She can still go in the ring just as good as she could, you know, years ago. So
Period.
I think Bianca is a great wrestler, but not sure if she has it beat of all time. But Maddie, can I ask why she's all time for you? So
Yeah, I wanted to
great
have you
question.
answer this.
So, I've always like known who Bianca was. Obviously, I watched her a bit in NXT. I really love heel Bianca. Like, God, such a baddie. Um, but I just when she came up to the main roster, like I started paying a lot more attention to her. And then when she won the Royal Rumble, this was back when she won the Royal Rumble, I was hardcore rooting for Alexa Bliss because I was a huge Alexa Bliss stan back then. Not so much anymore.
You'll
um,
get. You better get back to that.
we'll see, we'll see. All the love to her though. But when she won the Rumble, I was very happy because Bianca eliminated Rhea, who eliminated Alexa. So I was like, and then I just completely like I was crying my eyes out when Sasha and Bianca were main eventing, and they just had that moment, just taking in the crowd and seeing Bianca win. Like I can't imagine how that must have been for the crowd in person. That must have been the
Mhm.
coolest thing. Like I don't know. She's so charismatic. And then meeting her in person just solidified everything for me. She is just as down to earth as she appears to be on TV. She is just as sweet and kind and generous as she is on TV. I promise you, y'all. There was a huge line behind me, but I was talking to her for like 10 minutes. She took the time to ask my name, how I was doing that day. She gave me a hug, and I'm just so happy I got the chance to tell her how much she means to me and what an inspiration she is to me. And I
Mhm.
highly doubt, and maybe, you know, don't write this down, y'all, but I highly doubt that number one spot for her will ever change for me. I think she will always be my number one. And that's my girl. You know, that she's just such a big inspiration to me. And, you know, if I'm feeling down, I'm like, would Bianca be sad about this? Hell to the no. And that, I get my ass up and I go. So I find her to be very motivational, inspirational, and she's just such a great person. I love her so much. So, period.
I love that. You know, quick quick side note. You know who was really nice when I met them that I like was kind of shocked, not shocked, but like I didn't know how it was going to go because of her perception like on TV and on Total
Oh.
Divas was actually Alicia Fox.
You met Alicia
She,
Fox? I didn't know that.
yeah, I met her in 2015 when I went to my first WrestleMania, and
Oh.
she was actually so nice, like so cool, and I loved her for that because her character is very like wild and crazy, and on Total Divas she was kind of made to seem like she was like outrageous, you know. So
Yeah.
I wasn't sure how it was gonna go when I met her, but she was actually really nice and really sweet,
That's
and
awesome.
I'm hoping for the best for her. I don't know what she's up to these days, but I hope good things.
I think I saw her on TikTok live the other day.
Really
I think so. I don't know. Queen.
love that. Well, my last question, also kind of a loaded question, and and if you don't have a full answer, that's okay. But who are three women that you think are the future of wrestling? And you can say just the future of WWE if you want, if you don't feel comfortable with saying like just wrestling as a whole, because that's what I'll be doing. But
Yeah.
who do you think are the future?
I mean, two women instantly come to mind, and that's Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair. Um, for the third spot, I'm kind of riffing between Tiffany Stratton and Roxanne Perez
Hmm.
because, first of all, I feel like Roxanne has kind of done everything she needs to do in NXT. I'm honestly surprised she's still down there.
Yeah.
Um, but I think when she comes up to the main roster, I think she's going to win a Royal Rumble at some point. No doubt. Absolutely no doubt. She absolutely will be a Rumble winner one day.
Oh, for sure.
Um, I'm not the biggest Roxanne fan. I do really like her though. Just preference. Nothing. I have nothing bad to say about her.
Hmm.
Um, I yeah, she's amazing. Tiffany Stratton, I would say as well because I was shocked. Like I was shocked when she came up to the main roster when she did because I thought that they were going to give her another NXT Women's Title run after it was kind of like damaged by Becky or
Hmm.
the booking. Excuse me, Becky fans, please don't try to kill me. God, so scary. Um, but yeah, but then when she came to the main roster and everybody like when they did the press conference in Perth and she had come out and then walked away and wasn't on stage anymore, the crowd was still chanting Tiffy time. So she's
Hmm.
already over. People already love her and she's amazing. I think she's only been wrestling for like 2 years. Like she hadn't even been in a wrestling ring.
Really?
Yeah, like 2021 I think was. Oh, it's 2024. Yeah, 3 years. Um so I would say Tiffany Stratton. I think she is possibly Miss Money in the Bank or the future, although I'm kind of leaning towards Chelsea Green for that. But I would say if I had to choose between one of them, I would say Tiffany Stratton. So I'd go Tiffany, Rhea, and Bianca for sure.
Yeah, I agree with Rhea for sure. I think we are just seeing the beginning of her being at the top of the card.
Yeah.
She's going to have, hopefully, she's going to have a Charlotte Flair type of career where she's going to be in that top card and she's going to be that person that they call when they say, hey, we need someone to come hold the belt for a little bit and have a WrestleMania match. Like I
Oh
think
yeah.
she's going to be that person they call. I also agree with Tiffany Stratton and I also agree with Roxanne. I think she is definitely
Hmm.
the future of the smaller girlies, because there's always this discrepancy between the tall, muscular girls and the small girls, and so I think she's definitely the future of those small girlies. She's going to represent the AJ Lees, the Zelinas, the small girlies, and I love that for her.
Yeah, for sure.
Um, as far as someone who I think like still has so much untapped potential and that can still carry the company later on, I think Io Sky. I think she can do that.
Okay.
Even though she's currently champion, I still think she can be the future because she's just so good in my opinion. And
Yeah.
I think her promo skills are still really good.
Yeah.
Someone else who I'm sure you are not gonna agree with this, but if she comes back, um, Nikita Lyons. I know, guys. I know she is was a really hot topic in like 2020, 2021. She was going viral a lot, but I feel like she actually has so much talent. She just keeps getting injured, unfortunately.
Girly, like, didn't she
So
come back from injury and then immediately get injured again? Not laughing at
yes,
that, by the way, that absolutely sucks, like, but
yeah,
damn.
yeah,
New
yeah.
Tegan
She
Knox.
oh god, she keeps getting injured, and it's upsetting. But if she can come back again, and if she can really make it through, I think she could have a promising career, especially with her like MMA background. And
She has
I
an
know I keep
MMA
like
background?
adding, yeah.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't remember what style she does, but
I
and
guess that makes sense.
someone else who has also been around for a long time, but I still think has not had their moment yet and could in the future is Sonya Deville.
Yeah.
She hasn't had her big moment, and I feel like it's coming. She's gonna return pretty soon, and I feel like her time is coming.
I hope so. I'm not putting too much faith in the women's division right now. I mean, especially since Bailey and Io just got the boot from being the main event, which that sucks.
Yeah, I really wanted them to main event night one. Obviously,
Yeah.
that's not happening, but I think that their match is going to be better than that tag team match. So,
Well, The Rock is gonna wrestle for 5 minutes and be absolutely gassed. Like, my man is gonna be huffing and puffing, like, as if ugh. But I don't know. Again, I don't really have a huge issue with them not main eventing. My issue is just like at the beginning of the women's Royal Rumble, they're like the winner will main event rest.
mhm.
Like, well,
Yeah,
no, no, that's obviously
yeah.
not the case.
Y'all got to stop saying that. We're going to keep saying it till we're blue in the face. Y'all got to stop saying
Yeah,
that
just
because,
say like an opportunity for a title match. That's
yeah,
then you're not getting hopes up. I don't know.
yeah, exactly. Um, where do you think that Rhea and Becky's match is going to land in terms of the card? Do you think they're going to be like right before Roman and Cody? Because that's a
No,
lot.
are they confirmed to be night two?
I mean, I'm assuming they're night two if Bianca, or not Bianca, if Bailey and Io are night one.
Oh, okay. They could open, honestly. Because I thought that Becky and Bianca would be closer towards the end of their match, but they were like the second match, I think, right? Because they,
That's very true.
by the way, one of the greatest matches of all time, women's matches. But yeah, I don't know. They're somewhere in the middle, maybe closer towards the beginning.
Mm.
Are y'all excited for
Well,
Becky versus Liv? Yes, and
yes.
I am hoping that Nia Jax will interfere, and I want a fatal four way because there's no
Fatal
story.
four-way.
Yeah, there's no story
Oh,
between
girl.
Rhea and Becky. Like, y'all keep saying there is a story. Remember when they looked at each other in NXT 5 years ago? Like, shut up. There's no story. There's none. Absolutely nothing. And I'm not blaming either ladies for that. There's just no storyline besides them like staring at each other a few
Yeah.
times. Like, you can't
Besides
tell me
Becky feeling incompetent.
right, and like, girly, that's a you problem. But like when you
That's
have
not
a
Rhea's problem.
no, like when Bianca and Becky had their story, like, oh my god, that was like over a year in the making, one of the
Mhm.
best women's storylines ever. So when you go from something like that to there, Becky and Rhea just like staring at it, having a few stare downs, like how is that a story? Like how many times does
Yeah.
Roman Reigns remember when Roman Reigns had a stare down with Shinsuke Nakamura and nothing ever came from that? So
True.
or just saying. Nothing against either of those. I mean, like, at the end of the day, even if it's not a triple threat or a fatal four-way, Rhea versus Becky's still gonna bang. Like, I'm
Mhm.
excited for it. I do think Rhea should retain. I just don't think there's any
Yeah,
reason for
100%.
there's just no reason for Becky to be champion again. I don't think we really need that right now, especially with, her being the man again. If she was in her big time Bex character, I might want to see that again as champion because like that was pretty fun. But I don't know. It's lit. I can tell you right now, Liv is not winning tomorrow. It's either going to be a DQ or Becky wins, and that's yeah.
Yeah, which is unfortunate. Um, I'm excited for it tomorrow though. I think I if they give them time, I think it could be a good match. And I just really want people to look at this match and tell me that Liv is not good at wrestling, because I promise you she's going to carry that match tomorrow.
Also,
She's going to carry.
Liv and Becky, from what we've seen, have really good chemistry. And Becky is very gifted in the
Yeah.
sense where she really studies her opponents and she's able
Mhm.
to understand how they work. And I really love that about her. Please clip this so everyone could see me saying something nice about Becky. um,
Jonathan
um,
clip this.
yes, please, please. So I'm excited. I'm excited because their match at day one, which nobody really talks about, I really liked that match. I thought it was great. And I don't think either woman carried that match. I thought they both did really well together. So I'm
Mhm.
really excited for tomorrow. I hope that they get, a good amount of time. If Liv loses to Becky, that'll suck, but I hope it's at least a good showing for her. So
Yeah. And I want to answer this question really quick. Is Naomi going to help Bailey? This is something that I'm actually really excited about. When I was watching SmackDown and Naomi was kind of like, I feel bad for Bailey, and Bianca was like, don't feel bad for her. She brought this on
queen.
herself. I would love if Naomi helps Bailey. I think they're two women who are veterans in the game and they should have each other's back. And I'm just glad that Naomi's back where she belongs. It just makes my heart happy.
I think that it appears to me that Tiffany Stratton and Bianca Belair, that has been scrapped. I don't think they're doing that anymore. So it seems like they're kind of going in the direction of maybe, and I could be wrong, could very well be wrong. Bianca and Naomi versus the Kabuki Warriors for the tag titles. They might be doing something like that. I don't know.
You mean Bailey and Naomi?
No, Bianca.
Oh, what?
I don't know.
That'd be iconic.
I saw a lot of people saying that, and with the way that Bianca currently has nothing for WrestleMania, it doesn't seem like they're capitalizing on the Tiffany Stratton thing. I don't know.
I mean, honestly, that'd be iconic.
That would be cool, but we last time Naomi had held those tag titles. I don't know.
I know.
Miss about that.
Do you think that Naomi has one more championship left?
I hope so.
One more championship run.
I mean, we saw how amazing her reign was in Impact. She was champion for I think around 180 days and put on some of the best matches she's ever had in her career. So if she doesn't get a good title run, I hope she goes back to TNA. And I hope she has another title run there, or at least because she was doing amazing over there. And now she's come back. And I didn't expect Triple H to immediately just, push her to the top because you can't really do that. But she just lost to Tiffany Stratton clean.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what direction they have for her. I'm just glad she's on TV.
Yeah, same. Well, having said all that, we will transition over to talking about Love and WWE, Bianca and Montez. I saw a comment on last week's podcast episode that they don't think that they're filming a season 2, that they were just doing promo at Disneyland for Hulu.
Oh, okay.
If that's the case,
bummer.
#Kawa bummer. But hopefully there's going to be a season 2. So having said that, we left off on episodes 7 and 8. Maddie, did you finish watching?
Yep.
That means no.
I didn't watch.
Oh my goodness. Okay, well, I'm about to lay out everything that happened for you.
Okay.
And for all of you guys. So in episode 7, we saw that Bianca's pregnancy test was negative, which, shocker.
We expected that.
They arrived in LA for WrestleMania week. I don't think they're on Wrestle Talk, but I know that they post a lot of stuff on Instagram. Icy Boy, have you seen him on Instagram? He does Bianca cosplays all the time. I would pull it up right now, but I'm too lazy. But he's really cool, and he's met Bianca a bunch of times. And he was in the meet and greet B-roll, which was really cool. Love seeing Wrestle Talkers or wrestling influencers, content creators, whatever you want to call us. I love seeing them in those things and just being showcased because I think
Yeah.
it's really cool for the IWC. Um, so Angela Dawkins was still wanting to wear a hoodie and sweatpants to WrestleMania.
Oh
Um,
no.
love that aesthetic for you, King.
No.
Um, at the Hall of Fame, though, he wore a nice, simple suit. Um, and then Bianca and Montez were matching, which was iconic, beautiful. Montez had a match on SmackDown. They showed clips of some of the tag teams, like because they did the tag team showcase last year. Let me just say really quick, I miss Ricochet and Braun Strowman so much. I miss them as a tag team. They were so great. The new Team Lil Big.
The budget
Um,
RK Bros.
and then something that I didn't realize was watching last year was that Buddy Murphy was at SmackDown and the Hall of Fame last year.
Yeah.
And was he in AEW at that time?
Yeah.
And that's really interesting. I mean, obviously he was Rhea's plus one, like they're engaged, like they're
Yeah.
together. But I don't know. I thought they'd be a little petty and be like, "You're not welcome here."
Yeah, WWE is very like that, but I don't know, maybe
They're
they
very
ended
petty.
things on good terms or, I mean, at the end of the day, it is Rhea's
Significant
fiance, and
other.
so,
Yeah, but I thought that was really cool that he was there, even though he's part of AEW. Um, Bianca's ring gear was actually designed by a fan, which I thought was really
yeah.
cool. I didn't
Mhm.
know that until I watched the episode, but that's really cool that she like let fans design her ring gear and then she made it. Like,
Yeah,
what
I
an icon.
remember seeing the drawing for it. I think she posted it, like, a while before WrestleMania. But
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's the first time she's done that either. I think she's done that, like,
Oh,
for maybe 2 other gear or something like that, but very cool of her to do that. I think Naomi
yeah.
has done that too.
And I think a lot more people should do that because there's a lot of people's ring gear that I'm like, change it. Um,
Roman Reigns.
oh, Um, also, her parent Bianca's parents were bugging her about babies again.
Yeah.
Bianca was talking to Becky about motherhood and being in WWE,
Ooh, I
and
wanna watch that because I really wanna see I was really waiting for Becky's cameo. I'm excited about that.
yeah, and I really liked the scene of them talking and Bianca asking Becky like, "How do you do it? How do you be a WWE superstar and be a mom and handle everything?"
Yeah.
And Becky's response was very like simple, but also important. She was like, you just do it. Like you just do it. Like it doesn't. You don't really have like a manual on how
No.
to do it. You just kind of do what you can, and
Yeah, there's no
it,
standard procedure.
it obviously must be hard with both Becky and Seth being on the road all the time. So you just have to make those choices of, do we bring the baby on the road or do we have someone watch them, for however long? Do we hire nannies? Do we do this? Do we do that? Like, and obviously, her family is back in Ireland, so like they can't really
Yeah.
rely on her. So they just had to figure it out. And that's basically what she told Bianca, is like, you just figure it out. You make it work because
Yeah.
that's what you want. So I thought that was really important for like a lot of people to hear, because it is a question that's like crazy. It's like, you're both on the road, how do you have a baby?
Yeah.
And obviously they're probably not around for her, as for Rue, as much as they would like to be, but all they can do is do their best, and that's all anyone can do who's a working parent. You do your best.
And I
And
think they're doing a great job. I really do, from
well,
what we've seen.
and fortunately for them, they're in a position where they can take time off if they need to, and they'll still be okay financially.
Yeah.
Not everyone has that capability. So I think if Bianca wanted to take time off, she could. Like, Montez is still going to be wrestling. They'll still be fine financially.
Mhm.
Um, but I don't think she would want that. So,
No.
so I think baby's gonna end up on that road trip. I don't know.
I mean, I remember, like, seeing I know you don't like her, but Rhonda did the same thing when she had her
hmm
baby. Like, sometimes she would leave her baby with her husband back home, and then on her Rhonda on the Road series, she would show a lot of taking care of her baby, like, on the tour bus, There was a cute
Hmm.
video of her like taking her baby around, showing everybody her the gear. So, she's not the only Becky and Seth. They're not the only superstars to do that, and they won't be the
Yeah.
last. But it seems like everyone's doing a great job. Like I have so much admiration for Seth, for Becky, for
Hmm.
Ronda too, because damn, I could not do that.
No, I could not. I can barely take care of myself, guys.
No, same.
Let's be real.
What's up,
But yeah,
Junior?
I think that segment was really cool. Oh, Tyler mentioned Candace too. Candace LeRae,
Candace
her
and
too.
Johnny. Yes, yeah.
I do want to have a segment one time where we talk about wrestling couples because it honestly is one of
Yeah.
my favorite things to talk about is wrestling
I
couples.
think Candace and Johnny definitely like took a lot more time off though. And that probably has a
Yeah,
lot to
for
do with the
sure.
fact that they're not consistently booked, which sucks. Like literally Triple H, what are you doing?
And I
um
think Candace is so cute. I love her fairy wings. I think like she just needs more opportunities. But
Hot take, she's one of the best female wrestlers on the roster right now.
wow,
100%.
dang! I didn't know we were doing a hot takes episode.
If you've seen her matches in NXT, that woman is spectacular, and I'm just
Hmm.
waiting. They kind of hinted at maybe a little bit of a heel turn for her, and heel Candice is elite, and I really hope they bring that to the main roster because she is absolutely amazing. So, little Candice LeRae shout out there.
Well, I like you saying that because honestly, I was not impressed with her in the tag team match at Elimination Chamber.
Hmm.
But also that could have been because they were letting Indy do most of the work because she was Australian. So
For sure.
maybe they just didn't let her shine enough, and maybe that's what it was. But I don't know. I wasn't blown away, but I'd like to see more. Maybe we can go back and watch some Candace matches or
We
something.
should. Let us know if you guys want to see that.
Yeah. Well, moving on to episode 8. Um, Obviously, we saw at WrestleMania that the Street Profits won the men's tag team showcase, which I thought was going to push them, and I feel like it really didn't.
Nope. Well, isn't that when they challenge the Usos like right after that? Because the Usos were still. Oh wait, no.
Maybe.
Wait, what? Wait, no, because Sammy and KO won the titles then.
Oh wait, yeah.
And we never got Sammy and KO versus Street Profits, did we? I don't think
I
we
don't
did.
know.
Maybe we did on like a random Raw, but that should have been a pay-per-view match. And I'm sorry, I'm gonna drop another hot take, but Sammy and KO's reign as tag titles,
Oh,
and
it
I
wasn't
I
good.
I hate saying this word, I hate it. Mid.
Oof.
Mid. Not their fault.
Yeah, not their fault.
Mid as like
They
Judgment
had,
Day
yeah, they.
couldn't have taken the titles at a better time.
But also, their reign hasn't been great either because of the booking.
Don't you talk about the Judgment Day like that?
I'm, I'm sorry.
No, it's true.
Like, didn't you say that you even forgot that they had the tag team titles?
Yeah, of course. But their match at Elimination Chamber, I also said was my favorite match of the night.
It was, yeah, it was. It was your favorite.
Damn.
I'm sorry. Anyway, I don't know. I'm feeling feisty today.
No, sweet.
But also, in the episode, the Divas of Compton performed at Mania, and seeing that in person, Maddie, my
Yeah.
dancer heart was screaming. I thought it was the cutest thing ever, and I was going so hard to Bianca's theme song. Like I was dancing, I was going crazy. There was these ladies behind me. We were all going hype. It was so good.
The
But
only way to do it.
those little girls, they did so good.
And wasn't like one of the little girls, her mother like passed away? Was it
Yeah, yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
day?
No. It
Okay.
was like a week prior or something like that. But she was like one of the youngest girls, and her mom had literally passed away like a week before WrestleMania. And like as someone who has lost their mom, like I can't imagine losing her at that girl was at least 6 maybe. Like she was so young. And Bianca obviously tried to make her feel better and feel special, but I feel like that girl was still in like such a state of like almost like not acceptance, like
Yeah.
not accepting that it was real. And but she was like the star of
Mm-hmm.
Bianca's performance for WrestleMania.
Such
Like she
yeah.
was the one who was going down with Bianca with the braid, and you know so finding that out later, like seeing that performance, and then finding out a year later that that was happening in that little girl's life.
Well,
Like,
Triple H also let that slip on at the press conference right after Mania as
well,
well.
I didn't see the press conference because I was there, but
Oh, period.
yeah, and I like
um,
never went back and watched anything. But I love that he
okay.
addressed that.
He did. He said, I mean, I don't remember exactly what he said, but I think he said, like, what a strong little girl. I mean, that is
Hmm.
more strength than I could ever muster up. So much props to her. And I think we can all agree that I'm sure her mom would be extremely proud of her. I know
Oh
I
my
would.
gosh,
Oh,
yeah,
whoo!
girl. We're gonna cry. No, but like, I mean, it's true. See, your daughter performed on a huge stage, and unfortunately, in a lot of areas like Compton that are like lower income areas, they don't get big opportunities like that. And
Right.
so I feel like that moment for them was so special, and they all killed it. They all
Absolutely.
killed that
Mhm.
choreography, and they were fantastic. Like, I couldn't imagine doing that at 30, going out there and performing like that. Like,
Can't do
and
that at
they killed it.
23, so yeah.
Yeah, they killed it. While all that was going on, Bianca was actually sick at WrestleMania, which,
What?
shout out to her for pushing through and having a banger match with Asuka. Um, wasn't my
It
favorite
was
match of the night, but
no.
I still love both of them and think they're both great performers.
I think the
But yeah,
problem with that is I just don't think Bianca and Asuka have great chemistry together. I think that's all it
yeah.
really is. Like, and that happens. It doesn't mean either woman is bad. Sometimes people just don't. Like, I'm trying to think of another example. Uh,
I mean,
I don't know.
I'm
It'll
sure
come.
there's plenty. There's
Yes,
people who just don't have good chemistry, and that just is what it is.
it is what it is.
Um, but she retained against Asuka, as we know, and at the end of the episode, it was so cute. Montez had an anniversary surprise um, for Bianca, and we are left with kind of a cliffhanger
Oh
of um, them having, the baby conversation again, and Bianca just saying, "I don't know. I don't know if I want to be a mom anytime soon." And
mm,
we're left on that cliffhanger, which is why I'm saying there needs to be a season two,
yeah.
because they left us hanging. Um, and I think that part is also really important of showing that you can have those conversations with your partner. You
Hmm.
should be able to have those conversations with your significant other of like, hey, I don't know.
Hmm.
I don't know if I want that for myself right now or anytime in the near future.
Yeah.
And that it's okay, and that your partner should be supportive of you regardless.
Yeah.
And we kind of mentioned it before, me saying that Montez already has children, so it's not like he's
Yeah.
like, oh, well, I'm never going to be a dad. It's like, he has children, but obviously he wants to have one with Bianca. But I think it's really important that it happens when she's ready, when she feels like, hey, I can take some time off of WWE and it'll be okay.
Yeah.
And you still see her as part of the future. So
Hmm.
when, I mean, I guess it's kind of like a tough question, but when do you think Bianca will be at a point where she is not necessarily, at the top, and she can kind of take some time off? Like what year do you think that that's going to happen?
It could be next year, it could be maybe towards the end of this year. I mean, this is the first time in kind of a while that Bianca hasn't really been at, like, the forefront of the women's title picture, and I'm
Hmm.
actually, like, as a huge fan of hers, I'm enjoying that. I'm
Hmm.
enjoying watching her, seeing who she is away from the title picture, because we know that she's great in it, we know that she's great without it, and it's also important to get new women towards the title picture, and I think she
Hmm.
knows that. Seeing a lot of people saying that she's fallen off. Girl, where? What the? Okay. That's just because she's not going for the title doesn't mean she's fallen off. Sometimes the top stars just need to take a step back and let other people go
Hmm.
to the front. Becky's done it. Charlotte's done it. Bailey's done it. Like that. It happens.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I don't know. When it comes, I mean, they would be amazing parents together, but it's really her decision at the end of the day. And
Yeah.
maybe eventually she'll decide she doesn't want to have a baby, but maybe she will. Who knows? So I
Yeah.
don't know. It'll probably happen sooner rather than later for sure.
I mean, Nikki Bella kind of went through the same thing. It wasn't exactly the same situation, but she was contemplating, freezing her eggs so that
Yeah,
in case down the line she wants to be a mom, then she can do that. And I know that's something that Bianca kind of brought up in one of the episodes was that potential of freezing her eggs and stuff. And
it's a
it's
smart idea.
nice. It's nice that there's those avenues that people can take,
Hmm.
to still get what they want, but just on their own time.
Eric, actually, not true. She needs to be NXT Women's Champion to be Grand Slam.
Who, Bianca?
Yeah.
She never won the NXT Women's Champion?
Nope.
Huh.
I know she should have. She should have beat. I think she should have been the one to beat Shayna, to be honest. And then maybe like have her for a bit. Like I think that fatal four way between Io, Kyrie, Shayna, and Bianca. Bianca should have won that, held the title, and then have her be dethroned by Rhea. I
Mm-hmm.
remember a lot of people when that match happened were really shocked and unhappy that Shayna retained because everyone was pretty set on Bianca winning, and she was actually the one to tap out. So very strange.
Wow.
But if Becky went down to NXT and won the title, then send my girl down there, Bianca, to win it because she is actually somebody that should have won the title while in NXT.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying.
And I also want to answer this question really quick. Did y'all see Tiffany meeting a fan backstage Friday who survived cancer?
Yes,
Heartwarming.
it's
Yes, I saw
cute.
that clip I think I saw it on TikTok. And then I actually, when I watched SmackDown, I saw them in the crowd with the sign, which I thought was really cool.
Very cute.
And I don't know like what the situation is, if like Tiffany brought them backstage, or if they had like some sort of backstage passes or something, or if she
Hmm.
was a Make-A-Wish kid. Like, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know.
Not sure what that situation was, but I love that Tiffany saw her and that she had a sign that said it's Tiffy time. I always think those moments are so cute. I remember there was
Yeah.
one with Liv Morgan, and
Yes.
it's like one of my favorite videos
The
ever.
little girl.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was so cute. Oh,
Yeah.
and one more like I saw this on Twitter on SmackDown this past Friday. There was a fan that said that was holding a sign that said "Acknowledge me, I'm in remission." And so
Yeah, yeah, that was her.
Roman Reigns put up the one for them. And I thought that was really great of him, especially, as someone he's also been in remission. He's also dealt with
Mm-hmm.
that. So I
Mm-hmm.
love that he kind of broke character for that. I thought that was really sweet. So shout out to Roman Reigns for that.
Yeah, when I saw him see the sign, I was like, is he gonna break character right now?
And he did. King
Yeah.
behavior.
Yeah, honestly,
We got to give it to
I,
him.
I respect Roman for that.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Maddie, do you have any last minute words before we head out?
I'm a little nervous for Raw tomorrow. I'm nervous to see what happens with. I'm interested to see if they're gonna do if they'll do a triple threat, if they'll do a fatal four way, or if they'll just keep it Becky and Rhea. I feel
Mm-hmm.
like at this point they need to do something because they've just been throwing these four girls in the mixture together. So I'm interested to see what happens. I don't know if they'll just be like, oh, Becky beats Liv, send Liv to the back. I would really hate that.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I'm excited for Raw tomorrow. We'll see what happens. Oh, Junior missed the announcement. I feel like we should pull it up again.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll
Oh,
end.
yeah.
We'll end with it on here. This is our new logo. Once again, guys, this is now a women's wrestling podcast with still talking about the men, sometimes mostly talking about the women. And we're going to have cute little segments from here on out. And we hope you guys will enjoy them.
But don't
And
worry, we'll still be recapping, the men's
yes,
segments. We're not going to disregard that. So,
yeah, because obviously we have to address everything that's happening in wrestling. So,
yes.
yeah, make sure to look forward to that new content. Subscribe if you haven't. Follow us on TikTok and Instagram. Junior said, "Does this need more guests? Maybe,
Oh,
maybe.
there's a few
We'll
people I want to
see."
bring on. So, for sure.
Yeah, there's definitely a few people, a few women that I want to get on
Yes.
here. We're gonna try hard, guys, because you guys deserve that. You deserve it, and we want this to be such a positive place. Even though we complain sometimes, we want it to be such a positive, open, welcoming environment. Honestly, this is just gonna be like the IWWC, the Internet Women's
Yeah.
Wrestling Community. Period.
Us. And let us
So
know if you guys who you guys want to see on the pod. I know Junior just said he wants to see Courtney
yeah, for
on.
sure.
Would love to
Which
have
one?
her. What do
Because
you mean?
there's Courtney the Australian and then Courtney the Brit. So
Oh,
which
I
one?
didn't even know there was two.
Yeah, there's two.
Both. Why not? Why not? Both.
Honestly,
Let's
why
do it.
not?
Yes,
We should
slay.
have G back on. Like she
Yeah.
was on in the very beginning, so I'd love to have her back.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll bring some people on for like another hot topics or hot takes.
I know the
Um,
people want to see Phil, so we got to get Phil back at some point too. The honorary
yeah.
oos.
And like I said, we are going to be covering more than WWE now. We are going to cover other promotions, so TNA, AEW, New Japan, all that good stuff. And I hope to see you guys next week. And I hope you like our new logo. Let us know down in the comments. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And we will see you next time. Bye, guys.
Logan Paul